The 2024 Euros is officially here. It is starting in 1 week's time, and I thought this would be the perfect time to create my updated group stage predictions. Obviously, I did already make a early group stage predictions, but that was about 6 months ago at the end of 2023. And since then, we have seen all the national teams play multiple friendlies, a few changes have been made, and that's why I'm creating my updated group stage predictions. In this video, I will be predicting which 2 teams will finish at the top of each of the 6 groups, and I will also be predicting which 3rd place teams I think will also advance to the knockout stages. So without further ado, let's get right into this video. Starting off with Group A, in this group we have Germany, Hungary, Scotland, and Switzerland. I think there is definitely one clear favorite in this group, and that is Germany. Obviously, the competition is being played in Germany, and with that home advantage, I do think they're definitely favorites to finish 1st place in this group. Germany did have a very poor 2023, where we saw them lose against many teams where they should have been winning against. They lost against Belgium, Ukraine, Poland, Colombia, Japan, and they even lost against Turkey and Austria. But so far in 2024, they have looked much stronger. Now, Germany do have a little bit of an aging squad with players like Toni Kroos, Ilkay Gundogan, Manuel Neuer, and some of their defenders getting up there in age. But with this aging squad, we also see a lot of incredible young talent like Florian Wirtz and even the likes of Jamal Musiala. So I think in this group, they're definitely going to get 1st place. But 2nd place is going to be much more difficult, because between Hungary, Scotland, and Switzerland, I think they are all very close. Switzerland would definitely be most people's favorite to finish in 2nd place, but recently they haven't been performing very well. In Switzerland's recent fixtures, we've seen them lose to Romania, and we've also seen them draw against the likes of Denmark, Kosovo, Israel, and even Belarus, who are all teams that Switzerland should be winning. In 2nd place, I'm going to go with the underdogs Hungary, who most people think will finish last place in this group. But I do think they have a very underrated squad. They have a great goalkeeper, good players in their defense, and their attacking lineup is much stronger than what people think. So for that reason, I do think Hungary are going to finish in 2nd place. In 3rd place, I'm going to go with Switzerland, and I do think they will qualify to the knockout stages. I think they can pick up a few points against Scotland and maybe a draw against Hungary. And sadly for Scotland, I do think they will finish in 4th place. Moving on to Group B, which is the group of death, we have Spain, Italy, Croatia, and Albania. Now, there is obviously one team in this group which is clearly worse than the other 3 teams, and that is Albania. In the Euro qualifiers, we saw Albania score some incredible goals, and they did do a lot better than expected. But sadly, they did get put into the group of death, where we have 3 teams that are rated in the top 10 by FIFA, and for that reason, I do think Albania will finish in last place. As for the other 3 teams, I do think all 3 of them will qualify. Obviously, the 3rd place team, I do think will get a lot of points in this group. But who will finish in 3rd place and who will finish in 1st and 2nd is very difficult. We all know that Spain are an incredible team. So far in 2024, they haven't had the best of results. We've seen them draw against Brazil, and they even lost against Colombia. But in recent weeks, they have been playing very good. Their squad is absolutely incredible. So many young talents in their squad, with players like Lamine Yamal, players like Gavi, players like Pedri, even players like Fermin Lopez. They have so many incredible players, and I do think they will finish 1st place in their group. Now, between Italy and Croatia, I think this will be very tough. Obviously, in recent years, Croatia have been the better team, where we saw them finish 3rd place in the 2022 World Cup. But Italy are the current European champions. They did win the last competition, where they beat England on penalties. In the last Euros, Italy were not expected to make it anywhere near the final, but they proved everyone wrong. They played very well, they played very compact, and that is one thing about their team, where maybe they may not be the best team on the night, but in terms of their defense, they are always very solid, and they can pull off with 1-0 victories here and there to advance to the semifinals and maybe even into the finals. But for this group stages, and with their better recent performances, I do think Croatia will finish in 2nd place, and sadly for Italy, I do think they will finish in 3rd place. But I definitely think that they will be advancing into the knockout stages. Moving on to Group C, we have England, Denmark, Slovenia, and Serbia. Obviously, there is one clear favorite in this group, and that is England. and England are the favorites to win this whole entire competition. English talent has been on the rise in recent years, and I do think this year England definitely have the best squad, where we've seen the best player in Germany, the best player in La Liga, and the best player in the Premier League all being English. Do I think England can win the whole Euros? Personally, I'm not sure if they have it in them. I don't know if they have a good enough manager, and I'm not sure if the players have that winning mentality that some of the other national teams have. But I definitely think that their team, their squad is absolutely incredible, and in the group stages against some of these other teams, they will definitely finish in first place, and I think they will finish this group with 0 losses. As for second place, I think most people will probably go with Denmark. But in my opinion, one team that has been absolutely incredible in recent months has been Slovenia, and I do think they will make a surprise appearance in the knockout stages. In recent months, we've seen Slovenia beat Portugal, Armenia, USA, and even last year, they did pull off with some incredible results. And for that reason, I do think that they will be able to pick up a win against Serbia, maybe another win against Denmark, and I do think they will finish in second place. In third place, I am going to go with Denmark. They are obviously a very good team when it comes to European competitions, and I do think they will probably finish with enough points to advance to the knockout stages. And sadly for Serbia, yes, they do have some incredible players, but I do think they will finish last place in this group. Moving on to Group B, we have Austria, France, Netherlands, and Poland. 2 teams in this group are definitely the favorites to finish at number 1 and number 2, and that is France and Netherlands. In my opinion, France are the best team in the world. I think their squad is better than England's. Yes, England have a lot of incredible talents, but France, in my opinion, are the most balanced team in the world in terms of their attack, their midfield, their defense, their goalkeeper. Every single position in France's lineup is stacked with some of the best players in the world. Obviously, they do have Kylian Mbappe leading the line, and with their incredible pace that they have in that team, I think they will just outrun any team that they come against. In my opinion, they are the favorites to win the whole Euros, and I definitely think they will finish first place in Group D. As for who's going to finish in second place, I do think it will be the Netherlands, and I think they're actually very, very underrated in this competition. If you look at the Netherlands in the 2022 World Cup, they were absolutely incredible. In the group stages, in the knockout stages, even in their final game against Argentina, they were very, very good, and I think their squad is full of talent. And finishing in third place, I do think it will be Austria. I think they will finish above Poland. Obviously, Poland were in the World Cup, but I think they have an aging squad, and in the World Cup, their performances weren't that convincing. And for that reason, I think Austria will finish in third place. I do think they will advance to the knockout stages, and Poland will finish in last place. Moving on to Group E, we have Romania, Belgium, Slovakia, and Ukraine. Again, similar to some of the other groups, there is one team that is definitely better than the rest, and that is Belgium. Belgium within the last decade have always been ranked very, very highly by FIFA, and I think they've been in the top 5 and sometimes even in the top 3 for most of the last decade, but their performances in international competitions have not been up to standard. But this year, I think they will play much better than how they've been performing in recent tournaments. Their squad is very, very good. In the midfield, we have one of the best midfielders in the world, De Bruyne, and obviously in the forwards, we have players like Trossard, Doku, Lukaku, who have all been very, very good this season. The one problem with Belgium is that their defense is very, very old, and to be honest, it's not that great. But even with that defense, I do think they will finish first place in this group. Finishing in second place, I do think will be Ukraine. I always feel like Ukraine have a very underrated squad, and in recent months, we have seen them pull off some great results against England, against Italy, against Germany, and I do think they will do very well in this group. Finishing in third place, I do think will be Romania. Now, don't sleep on Romania because they have some very underrated players, and they're one of those teams where they could pull off an upset against Belgium or against Ukraine, and they could definitely make it into the knockout stages. But for these predictions, I do think that they will finish in third place, and I don't think they will be able to get enough points to advance to the knockout stages. And sadly for Slovakia, yes, they do have some good players, but in my opinion, not enough to advance. And finally, moving on to Group F, we have Portugal, Georgia, Czech Republic, and Turkey. I do think Portugal are definitely the favorites to finish first place in this group. And in 2023, they went undefeated. They did not lose a single game in their Euro qualification. Obviously, they were in a group which didn't have the top and elite level teams, but to go undefeated and score as many goals as they did is very impressive. Surprisingly, they did lose recently 2-0 against Slovenia, but I still do think that Portugal, with how good their squad is in every area of the pitch, the attack, the midfield, the defense, they have a very good squad. They will definitely finish in first place. In second place, I'm very on the fence between Czech Republic and Turkey, because yes, Turkey are the better team. They have the better squad, the more experienced players. But Czech Republic have been playing very well in recent months, whereas Turkey have been a little bit inconsistent. Czech Republic have a very underrated team, and especially with Patrick Schick leading the line, who had a great season with Leverkusen. They won the Bundesliga. I think Czech Republic can definitely pull off an upset over Turkey, but I still think that Turkey have too much great players in their team to let Czech Republic get ahead of them. And for that reason, I do think Turkey will end up finishing in second place. Czech Republic will finish in third. And sadly for Georgia, obviously they do have one of my favorite players, Kvaratskhelia, but they barely made it into the Euros, and I don't think they will be able to make it out of this group. Sadly, they will finish in fourth place. And that is the end of this video. Those were my updated Euro 2024 predictions. Obviously, I did make a few changes from my early Euro 2024 predictions, as I've been able to see how international teams have been playing in recent months, some of the changes that they've made, and these are my final predictions for the group stages. If you guys agree with my predictions, remember to leave a comment down below. But if you disagree with some of my predictions, you think there might be an upset here or there, again, let me know in the comments down below, and I will be sure to respond to every single comment. If you guys want to see my predictions for the Copa America, remember to leave a comment down below, and I will be sure to make that video within the next week. And obviously, if you did enjoy this video, remember to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and stay tuned for more videos.